All right, you guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. It's another canning day here in the pantry. Oh my gosh, we're stocking it up. So what I'm stocking now is, my husband did chukar hunting all season, and this last batch of birds, we put 5 huge packages in the freezer, and then this was what I wanted to can. Now, I'm gonna bend a rule on this canning process, and I'm also canning some of my chukar meatballs that, they're delicious. Just saying. I'm gonna see how they come out also. I've canned meatballs before. These aren't as fatty, so I assume they're gonna come out delicious. Okay, so I've got some stock back here. Normally when you raw pack, and I would have pre-cooked these, but I ran out of time. I can't lie, it just happened, and I don't know what to do. So I'm going to do it this way. I am going to raw pack, but chukar don't have any, there's hardly any moisture. Whoa, and then we have a flood to them. So beans, there's no moisture. Okay, a nice big fat mess. You want to make sure you get all the air bubbles, and that's why it overflowed, because it didn't have anywhere to go. It could not fill up the air bubbles, they were trapped. So that's all right. I'm gonna get a smaller measuring cup out. That's why counters were meant to be washed, right? Okay, so we want to give it an inch of headspace, and I'm thinking that it needs just this little bit of moisture in here. I don't know that it needs all of it. So let's go less than an inch of headspace, because the meat obviously is going to have some. It just doesn't have as much, and I could just see this being a icky mess. Okay, so even though it's already kind of a mess, and I'm going to pour that stock down. This is just a really nice stock. It's very light. It's a chicken stock. And I'm going to pour that down over the meatballs. Now, I do want an inch of headspace on those, because they won't have any excess moisture at all. So I'm going to make sure that we do get that down there. Okay. So these are going to pressure cook, pressure can, I should say. For my altitude, it's 15 pounds of pressure. It's the maximum. We're at a high altitude, so the further away from sea level you are, the higher the pressure you have to have. And I believe each jar has 4 breasts and 3 legs in it, I think. That's how that worked out. Pretty close. It's going to end up to be close to a pound of meat, which is what you want. And yeah, okay. I don't see any air bubbles in these. And now we can try to clean up some of this mess. And I'll save the rest of that stock for some rice. Make some yummy rice. Okay, I'm going to clean up some of this. And this is going to go into a warm pressure cooker, or pressure canner, excuse me, not a hot pressure canner. And because nothing in here is hot, right? So we don't want it to be hot. And I still feel like there should be a little bit more in that one. As far as stock goes, there you go. All right. Anyways, what I was saying is these are going to pressure can for 75 minutes because they're pints. I'm going to take some of this hot water out of here and wipe off my rims. Make sure there's nothing on there that would... Basically, what you're looking for is no debris that would disrupt a seal. Not that you're looking for spotless necessarily. They become spotless in that pressure canner environment. Trust me, it's hot. Okay, if it can kill botulism, it can do its job. I still heat up my my lids and rings just because I want that seat on that gasket. It's just finger tight. I'm going to put these over in the canner. And these are going to can for 75 minutes. So an hour and 15 minutes for these. And I might actually get my other canner out. I got a, well, I've still got some meatballs left, but I also wanted to can up some sausage links, some hot links. I got a great buy on some, and I can't see wasting them. I don't want to worry about, you know, not having electricity. So I like to cover all my bases as far as some go in the freezer, some go in the canner, just like the chucker meat. Some go in the freezer, some go in the canner. If I had a few days to do nothing but canning, boy, I would just get busy. But 2 jobs don't allow that. Darn it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put these in the canner. And I've got it turned on and ready to go. I've got a little bit too much water in there though. That's okay. You just don't want to run your canner dry. And every little batch, you know, you've got some water and some vinegar in there, and to keep it from getting your jars all cloudy. So I will take you over to that area and we'll take a peek at what's going on. Okay, got everybody in the canner. There's 8 pints in there, and we're gonna get to canning. Okay, I'm gonna put the lid on. And for those of you that come and see me often, you know the routine, but there's new people all the time, so we're going to be kind and let them know how this works. And I've checked my rubber gasket, I've checked my steam vent hole, it's all clear, the locking mechanism is clear and ready to go, and I got that seated on there. When that vents from here, the steam is venting, it locks into pressure. I will vent this for 10 full minutes, and then I will start the timing process after I put the weight on and it starts rocking. Okay? So I'll bring you back for the very end results, and we'll take a peek and see what we got. All right, you guys. All right, you guys, we're back, and they're finally done. So I am going to bring these out of the canner. Okay, the canner's been on 0 pressure for about 15 minutes. It's still really, 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 really hot. And oh my goodness, this is gonna be amazing. It smells delicious. And I'm gonna bring these over here. I've got some pasta water started here. All right, so that's chucker. Here's a jar of meatballs. They look fabulous. It all looks really good and it smells really good. And that's chucker. And some more chucker. I wish I would have had time to pre-cook this, but you know, whoa, okay. You just have to do what you have to do. Drop that jar. Thankfully, it didn't break. And it's not so hot in there that I got burned, but you gotta hold on to these. Okay, there's another meatball. And here is the last, almost the last. It's not the last, but here's the one that could have broke, but it didn't. Thankfully, thank you, Lord. Okay, so what we have is 8 jars of canned chucker. You can see that those are, I'm going to get you over here closer. Oh, we'll pull you in there. See how they're still boiling in the jars? Oh, there's the meatballs. And I canned all this with chicken stock, as you remember, so it's all good. We're going to have us some actual, we're actually going to be able to make 8 meals out of this, which is just phenomenal for 2 people. So really and truly, this represents 16 hearty meals or more. Actually, there's close to a pound of meat in each of those jars. So I would say that that's really closer to a meal for 4 people. So times 8. So I hope this inspires you. I hope it gets you geared up to maybe try some home canning. Try, preserving what you have, whether it be something you get on sale or something that you actually go out and get yourself. And I just hope it inspires you. This is healthy. This is back to basics. This is the way that we were the way I was raised. Now, not everybody in the last 30 years, we have so come away from this that it's really kind of a past tense, and it's kind of scary. So I hope this inspires you to get back to basics and maybe teach a young person how to do this. Somebody that has some interest. Anyways, YouTube, I hope I see you next time. I hope you rate and subscribe my videos. I can't wait to see, ooh, you hear that? That's a poppin' jar. That means we got a seal. I hope you rate, subscribe, and come back next time. I have great videos coming up, and I'm thinking that if you really like this, post it on Facebook. Share it with your friends. Don't be stingy. They need to know how to do this too. Okay. All right, YouTube. God bless.